bring governance online, etc. But that would be post TG. So I hope that answers a bit what we can expect to see in Q4 and also a little bit of early next year.
I see. Thanks so much for your very detailed answers. And I think it absolutely just gave me so much more clarity on the branding side and on the marketing side and TGE side as well. So if any of the audience have more like details question want to ask about the TGE and so please jump in the comment section so we can to re-answer all of the questions you put down there. So we are just move to the next one. So it's a very big concern for the community because we've had some delays in the past. And naturally, I think people are wondering what is different now. Have you finalized any concrete deliverable for Q4 and what is changed internally to avoid further delays?
Yeah, so I know we sound a bit like a broken record on this one, but TGE, as we know, has been a long time coming for this project. We've been hit with market shifts and changes in market interest, a bit of community FUD, and then, of course, as a result of this, we have spent considerable time having to recalibrate how we focus this project and basically the short-term direction that the project holds in the end. But we've never lost hope, which is the key thing. And since our outward-facing narrative has shifted now, as you guys have all seen over the last few months, the reception of the market has also shifted, and we have seen a lot friendlier reception. And this will, of course, allow us not only to deliver on the current meme-oriented narrative, but more importantly, the broader 0xVM core BTC initiative, and I know most of you here would feel the same, which is what excites me the most, and which is kind of what I signed up for when we built 0xVM. So yeah, I'm very excited about that.
Thank you very much for the clarity. And also, I think since I joined this community like 1 month ago, like I've mentioned a lot, we're gonna be focused more on the community side. So I just wanna ask, do you have any plans for a regular voice AMA scheduled like to happen? Because we just want to make sure we keep this channel of the community open and very regular.
Yeah, no, I mean, so the short answer is nothing has been regularly scheduled yet, but of course, if we see big demand from you guys that are online now, and you have many questions that you feel need answers or further elaboration afterwards, then we should set up another one, right? It's not. It's a healthy thing to do, and I think we should clearly do them more frequently. And then also, I would like to add, we will have further demand and further reasons to do these more frequently, of course, since marketing heats up and action heats up, generally speaking, towards TG. So the short answer is yes, we will have more of these, but nothing has been scheduled today.
Thank you, SE. And I just saw a question from the comment section. Just let's rolling back to our first question because he's asking, can you please tell us the approx TGE date? I think you've mentioned a little bit about the TGE date in our roadmap question. Do you mind to covering a bit more about the TGE date?
Yeah, I mean, I think as those of you who have invested or participated in many crypto projects in the past knows, I mean, the TG date is of course a moving target, right? But what I can say is that we do have at this point many conversations with tier one exchanges that are getting close to, and we could launch today, right? But again, it wouldn't be very productive to launch with the CEXs that we have fully confirmed now, if I'm being honest. So we are trying to lock those down before launch. And right now we're operating to do it anywhere within Q4, basically, as soon as it's productively possible, in other words.
All right, like I really appreciate your honesty, and I think it just really just gave me a fair point based on that. So just let's move on to the next topic that is very central for our early supporters about the nodes. So because we all know the contribution to a node has been very, very monumental, and we want to ensure that you feel recognized and assured that your investment is valued. So could you please clarify how the node sales were structured and was they considered investments and what returns or benefits were promised to node holders?
Yeah. So the node sales actually were structured by me personally. Most of it, I set up the node sales program, I set up the rewards program, and most of the infrastructure around it as well. 0xVM node holders are and will remain early investors, early backers, and early co-creators of the 0xVM network. So the incentives you know about, I mean, they have been this XVM release schedule. There's been and there's partnership revenue that is coming in the future with partner projects, as well as governance, and of course also voting power. And the revenue we have generated from node sales, I also would like to add, it's not something we have that we have spent. Most of that sits safe in our treasury and is waiting to be deployed to ultimately grow the 0xVM network.
I see, thank you. And just add a top of the original questions because I just see a very valuable question from the comment section. It's asking, is there any investment from the VCs in this project?
Yes, we do have venture capital investment in this project. I mean, we did a big round actually, and this is a while back now. It's more than a year ago, but yeah, we have a number of VCs involved, and more generally, I mean, quite a broad pool of interesting investors. I can mention a few for those that are interested. I think we have probably mentioned a few on X already, but Jump, Racer, Signum Capital, Howbie, Unicornverse, Protocol, Avocado DAO. Yeah, there's quite a broad number of them. Because when we went fundraising back in the day, it just so happened that we ended up collecting many small tickets to put together a relatively large round. So we ended up with a very wide range and wide pool of investors, most of which I would also want to add, who are very deeply committed to us and who we speak to on a regular basis as well, who helps us out. So I'm very lucky to have those on board. Many have been personal mentors for me as well.
Thank you very much, Sam. Thanks for all of the interesting information. And I think it's very important for all of the community members as well. So another question is about on the technical side. I think we are very curious. So was nodes designed to operate on the layer 1 or layer 2 chain?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So I don't know how well you guys remember the 0xVM core stack. So 0xVM core stack is actually an execution layer that sits directly on top of Bitcoin layer 1. So I would say the nodes are not operating on layer 2. They're also not operating on a layer 1, but it's closer to a layer 1 than it is a layer 2. As I said, it's an execution layer that sits right outside of the Bitcoin layer 1 network. So you can think of it as nodes that help the Bitcoin network function more efficiently and execute smart contracts and validate transactions.
I see. Yeah, I totally got you. And I think people do have lots of like opinions and the questions about the investment stuff. And so I got another question from the comment section. It's about the ambassadors. Like, are they still around now?
Sorry, the what? Oh, yeah. They're
About
still,
the
I mean,
yeah,
they're still around.
about
I think,
the
yeah.
yeah.
So I think for
Sorry,
our
yeah. I mean, it's about the ambassadors we had in the past, like the Skyline. Are they still around with 0xVM?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We're still in touch with all of these guys. But of course, also now with the new, again, superficial narrative shift leading up towards TG, we're also looking at other partnerships and other people that can help to help us grow. It's yeah, it's important to, I guess, pick the right type of talent for the right type of initiative. But yes, of course, they're still around, and we are in touch with all of them. Yes.
Thank you much. Very thanks for the explanation. And about the next question is, um, what is the current status of the nodes we already purchased, and how do they fit into the upcoming TGE?
Um, so okay, as I said, so nodes will remain a core component of 0xVM. So they will, of course, be rewards and compensation schemes for node holders. And apart from direct token allocation, there will be partnership revenue, plays a future role in 0xVM node rewards as well. I think the partnership revenue and the node-oriented partnerships will likely be more of a post-TGE activity, because how it plays out now is like the partnerships leading up towards TGE will be more focused on the meme narrative, and then post-TGE we will be refocusing more on 0xVM core. So basically, leading up towards TGE, we can position both 0xVM as the meme narrative, as you have seen, but also at the same time. So that becomes the hook, basically, that gets people involved. But then the long-term sales pitch is to talk about 0xVM more as an application building network and a platform that brings further utility to Bitcoin, which is, of course, still remains the longer-term vision and core to the project.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. And also, I think there's a very important question for all of us. I keep asking. Very recent is about, in the event of the major pivots, and would compensation or refunds for node holders be considered?
So we will not offer any refund schemes for node holders. But as I said, key priority is for us that node holders, I mean, will be sufficiently rewarded, because node holders, as part of the network, for every initiative or partnership that we launch, anything that is built on this RxVM network will ultimately utilize these nodes, right? So there is ample of partnership opportunities moving forward. So node holders will be rewarded, is the summary.
I see. Yeah, yeah, we will be rewarded, and thanks for the clarity. And also, I think still quite a lot of people have very promising thoughts about the TGE. So they're asking if the community members commit to purchasing additional nodes after TGE, and will there be
Ah,
a priority allocation for them?
right. So as everyone would know, I mean, right now the node sales are closed, right? So we're keen to, especially when we start launching partnerships as well that have a lot of alignment with how our nodes have been structured, we of course want to be able to launch a way for people to purchase further nodes. But we also need to do it in a way that sits in the longer term interest of the community, right? So we're exploring different models that we can use that both would bolster existing node holder values, but also aligns with the post TGE strategy and partnerships that we're currently talking to. Uh, but yes, in summary, existing node holders and community members that have been earning points in some capacity would have priority access there. But again,
Yeah,
it's a bit up in the air at this point. We haven't 100% solidified that plan, precisely what that would look like if we reopen that.
yeah, brilliant. Everything is still planned. And I've just got another question from the comment section. It's about, I'm very curious about the direction of the XVM. Seems like we are focusing a lot on Miu Miu. What about BTC ecosystem? Because we all
Yeah.
know our early holders funded a significant portion of the chain, 26% to the prices, and if the project has shifted direction from its original plan, and how will the team address expectation of these early supporters?
As I think I have said earlier, right? So I can start by talking about myself on this one. So at my core, I'm an engineer, and I'm someone that has built application development platforms for most of my careers. Or during my time in Antler, I was building investment platforms. I'm my only interest in the meme narrative personally is that it helps us to have a productive token launch. It helps us hit the market with a narrative that happens to be working right now. It allows us to have a good launch pad for anything that we want to do next, right? So I'm saying that because I'm not super interested in memes myself or the meme narrative. I'm interested in it as a tool that helps us get across this hurdle, lets us launch productively, and lets us realize the 0xVM long-term potential. So I'm 100% aligned with the original community, those of you that are here now on that vision as well, because that's what I myself signed up for when I built this. So does that answer the
Yep.
question? Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I think just because we have seen lots of posts on X about
Yeah.
the Mumi and all the stuff, it's very reasonable for people to worry about if we just completely shift our directions. But it's very glad to hear your thoughts and your opinions and where you came from. Like our main focus is still BTC, and the Mu is just to help the project to grow. And we've got another question from the comment section. It's about, will node holders still be getting the tokens they've unlocked?
From Drinker. Yeah, that is still the plan, that node holders will be getting the tokens that they have unlocked. It hasn't changed.
I see. Yeah, nice. And I think we are just moving to the next part of our questions. Because our product and technology are the heart of what we are building. And there've been some confusion recently about our core focus, and we want to clear that up. So I think to reflect on our current direction, will the team publish an updated white paper and the roadmap?
Okay. So white paper TBD, I would say. Roadmap definitely, right? But white paper, because our original direction, even though marketing now looks different, hasn't really changed that much, right? But definitely we will publish an updated roadmap.
Okay, yeah, very thanks for that. And also, many of our previously promised phase 3 milestones, like the finalizing tokenomics and releasing tokens and launching the testnet, were delayed. And could you please explain why this happened and how this will be delivered going forward?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first, I would also like to apologize. I know it's been as frustrating for you guys as it has been for me, right? With all the compounding delays ultimately. So the plan remains very similar to what it did earlier, I should also add, but it's been, of course, time shifted now to our new reality. So the tokenomics and the token release schedule will be published closer to TGE after the CEXs have had their final buy-in on that one. For the testnet, the plan remains as it were. We want to launch it in association with TGE. I mean, the idea there is that it maximizes the positive impact of having two large positive events coincide at the same time. And we can do, if we do the token launch and the go live of our network, also the main net of our network around the same time. So the idea is that that has a double positive effect. And I should also add, what also is a big important part of that plan is Scribbles, as I have mentioned before. We'll use Scribbles as well as a way to boost engagement and growth leading up towards TGE. So that should also be done at the same time.
I see. Thank you. And thanks for the honesty and all of the information again. And I think the tokenomics are just absolutely crucial for the long-term health of the ecosystem. And we just want to reduce any uncertainty and address the concerns about initial supply and potential for the price. So will there be any changes to token pricing periods or new restriction for early holders?
So I only heard the first part of your question, if there's going to be any change to token vesting schedules, etc. Again, so there has not been any changes planned right now, but of course, as you guys know, when we finalize this with CXs, there may be changes. But again, it's not something that has been planned. But if there are changes, then we will of course announce it well ahead of time, right?
I see. And I think for the next question, I think you might have answered before, but this one, and probably I think you can provide some like more details answer about it. So the next question is, what is planned utility of the XVM token within the ecosystem?
Okay, so the token, I mean, it remains similar to before, right? So this XVM token is ultimately a staking and utility token. And the main drivers of value for this token is going to be not only network activity, of course, from 0xVM nodes, but also partnership revenue. Since we are a network, we will partner up with projects that are building on top of us and kind of build a good partnership revenue base that way. So that's also another big important component of the 0xVM revenue base. And we will try to keep it a relatively staking friendly coin as to reduce number of tokens in active circulation so that those that are in circulation keep a healthy price point.
Thank you. And I just see that actually I just checked that I have missed the question from the comment section. It's about could you please share how many tokens will be circulating at TGE and what is the project initial market and FDV?
Okay, I think I think I can definitely not share that, right? If I did, the sexes we're talking to would be very unhappy with me, right? So it's unfortunately not something that I can share at this point. What I can say though is that it's in the sexes, mine, and the community's best interest that we have a productive launch and basically where everyone is very well incentivized for the longer term health and value of the network. So me and the CXs and my co-founder are 100% aligned around that. So yeah, we're all in the same boat here, so to speak.
Yeah, that's very fair. And actually,
Yeah.
here I just got the one last question about the token. So, will the token be launched on BSC?
Okay. It's not something that we can announce at this point. If that would or would not happen, but I can put it this way: not completely ruled out.
Yeah, yes, that's absolutely fair for me. And just let's move to the next part. So we know like community we want the reassurance that is credible backers and are still involved. So we want to know, will the team share an updated list of our current partners and backers to improve the transparency?
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, the backers are very similar to what they were before. On the partnership side, we will have exciting announcements actually in the next few weeks. If everything goes according to plan, which it seems like it will, which should be super exciting. So we have good news on that front. But yes, I think in association with that, we can also share an updated list and together with a roadmap on updated investors and partners.
Yeah, that's sounds very exciting. And actually, in the conversation, actually, I've seen lots of people are very interested in NFT. So we finally get into the NFT part. So we know many of you are passionate about this part of the ecosystem, are waiting for updates and past promises and future plans. So is there still a planned free mint for no holders based on the November 2024 snapshots? And if so, how can they claim it?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, so the NFT strategy still remains a big piece of our broader ecosystem plans. I mean, it's never been, as you guys would know, it's never been the main focus of XeroxVM to be an NFT platform, but we also don't view it as just a collectible. Basically, NFT holders are people that we want to, that are core community members that we want to ensure are rewarded, and that those NFTs can be used to unlock benefits within the 0xVM ecosystem. And I
Mm-hmm.
think this also, I mentioned this earlier, but I would also like to mention that we're also exploring doing future NFT events or NFT mints that also fits within the project's longer term utility. And again, rather than the NFTs just being simple collectibles. And as I said, the plan is still the same as it was, that we want to do mint leading up towards TGE. Because again, that would serve the double boost of both boosting the TGE, but also boosting the value, of course, of the collection itself.
I see. And also because I think we have run lots of giveaway activities sorry on X. So people want to ask when will the winners for the giveaway on X be announced, and also how long will be the ongoing giveaway on the Scribble page run?
Yeah. So as you guys could sense from what I said earlier, since the mint is going to be relatively soon now in the next few months, so all of those activities will of course have to be wrapped up well ahead of that timeline, right? And again, that will also serve as a catalyst to the overall marketing efforts that we'll be using up until TG. So we've been saving. It's like we have a gun with a few bullets left, right? And we're trying to fire them at the right time to maximize the impact of our efforts.
Thank you. Yeah, I
Sorry, I
think
wanted to remind something fresh. Yeah, I'm very sorry for that. By the way, the AMA was posted for 9 p.m. and it's starting at 8. Yes, that was time zone sort of crossed wires on our side. So sorry for that.
yeah, thank yeah, very sorry about that. I think I just mixed the time schedule because mix BTC time with my BST time. So
Yeah, no
because
worries.
I'm 1 hour earlier than than the 9 p.m. Yeah, very sorry about that. So actually, I have put all of the questions I have seen recently on the community about the nodes, about the NFT, and about the tokenomics and TG and everything. And I hope our answers has showed you some clarity on your confusion. So we will be have a open ask and open question sessions now. So I will be opening all of the requests for the speaking. So if any of you want to have some talk directly on the stage, you can feel free just request to speaking, and I will approve on that. Or you can just send some message on comment section. Yeah, just feel free to do so.
Very quiet. Sure, no one has any questions.
Um, yeah, I think if no one have any questions, we will be staying still staying on stage for okay. We have
We got
got a guest, Fresh Force.
Yeah, I've got a question. Hi there, everybody.
hello, hello.
Hello.
Well, it's been a while, and it's good to know that this thing is still going. Huge kudos and respect to you guys for maintaining the course. I mean, it's been a very tough journey for all of us. We almost gave up on you guys, and it's glad to know that you guys have pushed through.
Well,
Um,
let me say I'm very happy you didn't. Happy you're still here for the ride.
Yeah, it's one of those things in crypto. If you've been in this for a while, you'll understand that it takes up to sometimes 4 years for projects to take off, and no one can know that with all the compliance and regulations that weren't in place years ago, and now sudden changes and the AI. I understand the changes that to take place. I just think like I'm glad you solved the communication problem with KK. It's good to see that we've got somebody that can maintain conversation and communication with all of us. It gives us a sense of direction and peace. But just a question. I don't know if somebody answered it already, but this token conference, the 2049 conference, I don't see any OxVM advertised. Are you guys still keeping or maintaining your portfolio or your presence at that huge conference to attract more investors to what's happening at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you about my personal strategy for Token 2049 or these types of events. So I usually see it more as a channel to, okay. So I don't generally speaking find the main event very useful. But I find it a very, very useful way to basically get an opportunity to further solidify, for example, relationships with people that I have met over the past year, etc. So it's more about the side events and the personal connections you have there than the main event for me personally.
Okay.
But I mean, but it's an interesting thought, right? Maybe we should have actually spent some marketing budget to advertising there. We just thought that we had better ways of allocating that money at this point, so we decided not to do
Yeah,
it.
I would have expected the Scribbles logo to be present at least, or the remix logo of the new narrative that you guys have launched to be present there, so that can integrate with some of the projects that are happening in terms of the AI developments. But I'm just asked the question because I know what attracted me to OxVM was actually your presence at the previous conference where I saw it on
Haha.
YouTube. It was the YouTube influencers that marketed you to us, and we saw your presence at that conference that caught my attention and caused me to invest the first time.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, okay, that's nice to hear. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Anyone else with any questions? Okay, Nico is typing something. Okay. Okay, KK, will there be a summary posted somewhere for people to read?
Yes, I will send a text summary for all of you guys to read on our main channel and on our minor announcement channel as well.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe I can share a personal anecdote to end this with. I know it's been a long journey, and for me, it was also very tough when the market dynamics shifted now a while back to kind of move away from the platform angle and to favor more meme-centric narratives, which happened a while ago. It was rough, and I'm super happy that we have come out of this now, charging ahead towards TG. So I'm very, very happy for that, and I hope that you guys feel the same.
Yeah, I'm really appreciate that because of sorry. Yeah, I yeah, I just see Fresh Forces
Yeah,
is a speaker now. So yeah, if you have
I'm
anything
sorry,
to
man. I have
say, and
one more
just go
question.
first.
Did I miss the TGE information? Because I only came on at 8:30, and because I was under the impression we're starting at 9, so I missed out on 30 minutes because of that. Is there any information? Did you guys speak about it already, or?
So we did. I think KK will publish also details around that in her summary. We spoke a little bit about the roadmap leading up towards the TG and also of course, the timing of the TG itself, right? But again, in as broad terms as we are, because we're still in final alignment, right? But yeah, I
Okay.
think KK will publish more about that in her summary update afterwards.
Okay, so
Yes.
no specific dates was given or anything. It's just a broader timeline.
Correct. Yes, it's basically a roadmap with items that we need to hit, and then the TG in the middle of that.
Okay, I appreciate that. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries.
Yes, for the regular AMA request, I think I will be I think I will be associated with community and the teams in between. So I think I will make a fair schedule for that if there is more demanding.
Yeah, let's do it. Cool.
Yes, thanks, guys. I really appreciate your time, and I think we will still stay in the stage for 3 more minutes if there's no one jump on the stage for speaking. And I think we will be just wrap up for today.
Last but not least, what about the soul bound token? Does that still exist? Is it still being utilized? Or
Again, you're referring to the nodes, right? And in
no, I'm
association with
speaking
that?
about the soul bound token, the hidden token that's been given to us for the node holders. I don't know if it's just for node holders, but we received soul bound tokens. And
Yeah, no,
what
it's still, yeah, it still exists. I mean, the utility is very much tied into the node incentives more broadly. I think you may have missed that part. We spoke about it a little bit earlier in the AMA.
because I really
Um,
missed out on a lot there.
yeah, I think you did, unfortunately. But maybe just a recap on that one super quickly, right? So the node strategy and the node narrative will see more light again after the TG. Right now, we have this meme narrative that we're executing on, and that's going to be sort of the front-facing narrative, at least as the marketing hook, but with the node and the core 0xVM narrative as sort of the longer-term play after both in our marketing messaging leading up towards TG and then post-TG, we can then again refocus on 0xVM core and the broader network initiatives, which of course includes node holders, node holder initiatives. We're even exploring various ways that we can, yeah, in some way reopen the node sales mechanism to further bolster basically incentives for node holders as well. Because again,
Do you
it
think
is a,
you would
it is a,
do
it is a,
do you
yeah.
think it would be once you're up and running, do you think you want to open up the node cells again, or just keep it like at ease and lock it down?
Well, no, I mean, I think we don't want to lock it up with the existing program that we have in place right now, right? But the core of it is that nodes are very important to our network and very important to the next phase of growth after TGE. So in some capacity, it would make sense that the community and the public has access to purchasing more nodes. But I think
Yeah.
how that next generation of the node program would need to evolve to cater for that, we haven't yet fully figured out. But it is an important piece, so we need to somehow ensure that we can do that and that is aligned with uh, the future of the network and the type of partner projects that we're looking to bring on after TG.
So is the smart contract with the nodes, the coding for the nodes, upgradable for timelines? Because each node can only produce up to 4 years, starting from the date that you launched, isn't it?
Well, yeah, so that's for the original node incentives. And again, I think those would most likely be exclusive to those of you that have purchased nodes so far, right? That's what I mean. So the node program would need to be revised for the next generation of nodes that would be sold, right? If that
Okay,
makes sense. So they
I
would
got you.
probably be two same nodes, but different rewards programs, most likely.
So can we repurchase again after TGE, purchase new nodes, but it will fall into a different tier program? Is that right?
Yeah. So now I will stop you actually because those questions I have all answered a bit
I'm
earlier. So I
so
will let
sorry, man.
Kate.
I'm just
Yeah,
I,
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I prepared myself psychologically for all these things, and now I'm like behind. Okay. Okay, thanks, man.
Okay, so
Appreciate
that's all good. No, it's our fault for not posting the right time. I think next time we actually won't post the time in the post itself. We'll just let that little Discord box carry the time, so that way we know it's correct.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you, Kiki.
No worries.
Thanks, Rinko, for your nice words, and I'm also very looking forward to the coming months. So I've seen lots of people asking for the text version. Yes, so I will post the text version for today's MA in our main channel very soon. So if there's no more questions requested from the audience, and I think we just call it today. And I really appreciate everyone's time and all of the answers as well. And just let's work together.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to see you all turn up, and yeah, looking forward to the next one.
Ta-da, have a nice day. Bye.
Good evening, everyone.